and welcome for a new tutorial. It will be today for the drag and drop, but also we will create a card game, and also we will do the flip of the card. What I propose, we have a game card here, so we can take 3 cards of them, and after we'll have a place that we can do the drag and drop. So the first things that we will do is create the cards, and after we can see for the drag and drop. So it will be magical because we can also flip the card to see the back of the card. So let's go. So first I need an image of heart. So I will take this one because it seems good. It's a vectorial, so take an image in SVG. I will take the source code from here and I will just copy there. Okay, so after we can manipulate here in the application. Okay, we can pass the image that I will copy in memory here, and we will create just the class for the heart. Okay, seems good. And we go here to create the heart. Just to remember, I am creating a new application online. I will be more focused for the HTML and the CSS and the HTML5, and also for the drag and drop. So we will not use something special here. Okay, so now we have that. I can manipulate the SVG and I can do the field to be red here. So what we do here, we have the div. We don't need that because we copy just the SVG. And after, as you can see, I have manipulate to have only the part of the SVG. So with the div I can access to the SVG online. What's the advantage to do that? Or you can manipulate directly the SVG. Okay, seems good. Now, as already know from previous tutorial, we will take some reference from the image to create the image like it must be. Let's go. So I create from Bane, but you can use any draw application to have the reference of your image. So first I will take the white that we have from the card. So it will be approximatively. So we can take 110 and we can take 170. It will be good. So I will create a card. 110 and 170. Okay, we can change the color of the body to have another reference here, so we can see directly what we have. Okay, and after we can change also the color from here. So we will put here something white so we can see directly here. Okay, and we can use also I will do a class container just for the experience that we have. I have put the body in the wrong place, so I will cover that here. I have the index HTML here, so I have the class, the style here, so I can do the body here. So this is what we can do here. Okay, after, when we have that, we can see we must place the heart in the card. So we will put the card here just to be sure that it's correct. So okay, seems good. And after, what we need also to do, we need to adjust some reference how we do that. We take the reference from the image. So we have a border radius that we can see. We will see approximately 16 maybe, so we can try that. Okay, this seems too much, so we will go for the half. Okay, this is seems better. Okay, what we can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. So we will do exactly the same with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. So we will do that. Okay, we can see here, I will use the display flex. And as I've mentioned, we have multiple rows. So first we need to do some rows here. As you can see. Okay, we need 5 rows, so I will create 5 rows here. Okay, seems good. And we can use the flex direction to column. Okay, we need 5 rows. So we have the columns here, as you can see. And we will do 5 lines there. So I do some mathematical. So it will be 100 divided by 5 and it will give you 20. So I use the flex basis to 20%. Okay, to see better we will do some border, but we will remove that, of course, just for the experience here, to see better what we are manipulating here. Okay, as you can see, this seems really good. Okay, we can do the next step. So it will be to duplicate this thing many times. We need that 5 times. Okay, and the last here. So what I will do, I will move the heart from here to outside the card. We will retrieve that later, just after. So as you can see, we have 5 rows. So now what we need also, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns here. How I do that? I just do some column here. Okay, to see better, we will create that here. And I will put another color just to see. We can see that is the container, so it will be a container here. And we have really the column inside after. Okay, it will be good. So we go here. We will use the display flex and we will use the flex direction to row. Okay, we go here and we will put the container here, and after we can put some column here. Okay, we need 5 because we have some calculation of that. Also, what we can do, it will be just to have the flex basis to be 20% also, and we can do just a border to see something here. Okay, I have simplified the code, so there will be only the row and the column inside. So what we do, we just put the justify container in the center, and we do the align item in the center. So we can have the middle here. We don't need so much container. So what I have simplified here, it's just the row and the column inside. In fact, we can use only 1, 2, and 3, because there will be the 2 images inside the same. So we will do only 3 columns, sorry. So it will be 3 columns here. Okay, and after we can dispatch that the 3 columns to have the same size than here. So we will go for here. So as you can see, it will be 21. We can say for 20. Okay, and it will be the mirror, so we can do the same for the other. So the first will be 20, and the last will be as you know, 20 also. So we can go here, we go for the first child, okay, and we go for the 20 pixel. Okay, we can do exactly the same for the last. Okay, and we can adjust the rest of the column here. Okay, so we have the row, we have the first child, it will be the column, and we have the last child. Okay, and we have the other, it will be all the percentage. We don't need the flex basis here, so it will be here, and we can use the flex basis here just to adjust that. Okay, so we have the last and the first will be 20 pixel, and if we don't use that, yeah, as you can see, it will not go there, so we can use that. Okay, seems correct. So what I will do, it's the flex basis 20 pixel here, and after I take the rest for the other, so it will be overwrite there. I just put the last child and the first child on the column and not on the row, because it will be for the column here. Okay, we can continue. So we will create just a card component. So it will be, we will generate a new component with the right click here, component, and after I will create a card here. Okay, it's not a full application, we just give some basic things. It will be the flip card and also to have the drag and drop. So what we do now, we take the div here and we can cut the things and we can put that in the card here. Okay, seems correct. And after we can just move the CSS from here to the card. Okay, so we go here, we just move that. So like Angular and React.js, it's really good to create component. It will be small and reusable. So this is one of the goals that we can see here. So first what we need to import the module that we have created here. So it will be the card component that we have just created. After what we can do is just to display that. So what I will do, I will move this thing here, so we can use the hard somewhere, so we can move it here. Just maybe to have no confusion, you know, with the color and the things, I will create just a single component for the heart symbol. So we go here, I generate the new component, and it will be heart. Okay, this seems good. And after I take the code here, I will just paste here. And what we can do also, it will be to import in the app module the heart component. Okay, seems good. After, what we can do, we can display what we have. So we can display just a card. And after, we will display in the card just what we have mentioned. It will be the heart here. Okay, so what we need to do, we go here, we see how the heart works. So what we can do is to just remove this part here. Okay, seems good. And after, what we can do, we can just put the number, you know, above the heart. So we will do a component reusable. So I propose that we put just a number on the top. And we must create the variable, of course, for that. So we put the number 2, for example. Seems good. Okay, as you can see, we have the number 2 here for the card. Okay, so we can remove that. Okay, to be organized, I will just create a span here. And we can put the span here. So on the spine, I will just say that it will be the number that we want of the figure. So we will just put that here, and I will put a class for the number here. Okay, we will put a font just to test. And after, what we can do, we can just align the text to the center. And we can do also use some flex here. So we will do that. So I had just to command just configure content center and display flex just there. Okay. As you can see on the image, the heart is really small, so we will do exactly the same here. So I take the height of the heart here. So it can be really small, so it will be 13 on 15. Okay, seems good. So we will do exactly the same. So what I propose, we can do some heart adjustable. So we will do something that we can make a variation for the size here. So we can put the size here. We can put the size also here. Okay, we have missing the heart, so it will be here. But we will do some adjustment directly here. So I take the heart, and you have the SVG. So we will fill that in red. And what we will do also, we will change the white. How I do that, I just accept a size here. So by default, we can put 20 for just to test, and we can put the missing parameter here. Okay. So we need to see a binding with the value here. So we need to do that. How I would do that? I just put the style width and the size that we want to indicate. So if you remember, it was 13. So we will go for 13 here, for the default size here. But it will be nice because we can adjust that if it's a bigger size here. Okay, for the font it seems a little bit higher, so we will do something more higher for the font. So I go here for the number, I will put the number 8, and we can adjust the font here to be a little bit bigger, and also we can change the color to the red, of course. Okay, seems good. The other options that we can do, it's just that the color can be flexible, because it seems that it's not related to the card. So what I will propose to do, we can put a class on the card to say which color we want to do here. So I propose that we will do that here. So here we can just put a class for the color that we want. Okay, for the moment I prefer that we will keep that simple. So, but it is possible that we can put, you know, a color. I will give you an example, so you can put a class with the red, and after you can test if the color selected for the card is red. But actually this is not really interesting. But what we can do, we just put the input like a number, and we can put the number directly here. So I don't know if you see here. So if I go to the card here, and I will put the number here, so you can put the number that you want. So if I put 2, it will change to 2. So this is, as you already know, it's a parent to have children, and we can pass some variable there. Okay, we can go further, and we can see what we have here. We see that the size for the font is really bigger, so I will do that bigger also. So we can go for 18, for example. I can watch here, this is much better, but we can go also a little bit further, so we can go here. Okay, seems good. And after, for the number, we can put that in red. So as you can see, I just concatenate here the style with the new style that we have applied, with the condition that, if you remember, on the span here. Okay, it seems good. So we go here, we go for the first here, and we will put 8 just to have the same card here. Okay, seems good. And after, we can do exactly the same, you know, to the opposite. So I will go here, I will take this one, and I will take the value here. After, we can see for the heart, so we have 2 hearts here, so we will just put that here. So we have one on the left and the other on the right. Okay, so now we must apply a style there, so we will do that directly here. And we can see that we have a special row here, so we can write that like here, and we can just pass the special row here, and we can put the flex direction to a row, of course, and we can use the display flex here. Okay. So as you can see, it's much better. So now we have two div inside. So what we can do is take the first child here, and we can justify the content to the start here, and we can do the same for the last child. We can go for the end. Okay, it talks the both, so we need some adjustment here. Okay, after some adjustment, we will use hard row first child and hard row last child for the two columns. The first will be center with the flex basis 50%, and the other also with the flex basis 50%. Okay, that is good, and it gives that. So we can see here, now we can have a bigger heart. So what we can do, we can just augment the size. As we have mentioned here, we can put the size here. And we will go for exactly the same size than here. So we can go for 24 on 24, something like that. Okay, and we can go just below to have the same. Okay, seems good. As you can see, it's not totally on the top, so we need a margin on the top here. We will do that with 25 for the top here. For the special row, we can go here and we can put the margin top 25. As you can see, it's stuck there, so we will remove just the height to be really flexible there. Yeah, seems better, and we can watch on the image. Okay, if we compare, we are almost good. It's a little bit maybe stretch in the height, but it seems correct. And we can go just below to complete what we miss. We miss just the half in the middle. So we go here. We can just do exactly the same things below. So we have another row. But we have a 3 space, so there will be the space for the column for the first, as you can see. And there is the same space here. Okay, this is good. We have the 3 columns, and after we can just duplicate what we have here. Okay, so what we see, we can go like here, and we can do some adjustment. What we need, it's in the special row here, we just need one heart. So I will try to remove just this one to see what happens. Okay, we have the special row here, but it's not fitting what we need. Because as you can see, there is no, it's not center, so we need to center that. Okay, seems better. And we don't have the padding top for the second, so what we can do, we can just put the special row for the first child to do that here, to have the padding top here. So we will try if it's fits. Okay, to have something not too more complicated, I have just to put the padding top 25 here, and we have the adjustment that we can see here. Okay, we are almost good, so we can duplicate the same that we have in the top in just below. So I go to duplicate this part, and we can put that where we need it. So it means just below the other row that we have here, it will be here. Okay, seems good. And we can put the things here. So we don't need the padding top here. And we can just put the 2 columns missing. So we have 1 column here. Okay, so we have this, we have the div, this seems good, and we have the column here, so this is good. And now we have another column here, and we have the other column just after, sorry. So just to make the repartition more better. I don't know if you see, we are progressing. And now we can go to below, so for the only one, it's there. So I go here, I just make the duplication here for the row just below. Okay, seems good. Now we must flip. To do the flip, I just use the scale with a negative value. We can use for the multiple browser the directive here, but you can use only transform, it will be okay. And thereafter you must apply the flip here. Okay, seems good. And after what we need the missing 8, what we have in the first position here. Okay, I just copy the first row, I duplicate below, and I apply the class that we have created with the flap Y. So it will be there. And the flip Y is to give the rotation with a mirror. So it will give that if you do the scale negative here. Okay, the last adjustment, it's the padding top, so I've adjusted to 15. And below also I've adjusted to 15. So you will see it will be better to fit with the card here. After, we can remove all the colors that we have put here. Okay, I have removed all the color that was just for indication, and also the border that we don't need. So we can put a small border with around the card. Okay, I propose that we go for 4 pixels for the padding, and we can put the margin. Okay, seems good. After, I will do just a border, so we can do the border with 1 pixel solid here for a red. Why I'm doing that? Because I'm doing back the background, and I propose that we will put a shadow on the card instead of that. So I will put more space around the card because it seems, you know, really near of everything, so we can put 16 pixels here, and after we can pick a shadow also. Okay, I remove just the border and I put a shadow. So as you can see, the card seems good and nice now. We have some options to do, because the 8 it's only for 8 heart, but if you have 2, you have only 2 heart. We can do also the same here. So this option must be only when you have 8. So it means we will not show when there is 2. So what we can do, we can put another card here with a number 2 to make the comparison with the other. Okay, I add some condition here with the number more than 2. so we can see here. And also for the top, I will do exactly the same here. So we have just one heart, so I will go here. I take this one and I will display only if it's a 2. So we have a 2 heart, exactly like we have here. So this seems really good. After we can do the same for the 4. So I will just duplicate to have the 4, and we can see exactly what we have here. Okay, I do some adjustment here for the 4. As you can see, I have adjusted the number for the 4 where we need it. We can do the same for the 3. Okay, I have adjusted the parameter, as you can see. Just we have the 4 card. Of course, you can do that some adjustment here for the other card, but we were just limited for the 4 card. As you can see, I have made some condition with the ngIf, with some position that we need or we don't need. So we will create 2 sides for the card. One inner and one back. So we will start with the inner and after for the back. So we can go here, we have the card, and we can do some adjustment here. So I will create just the div class card inner. So we will have the face for the inner. Okay, and we can do exactly the same for the back. So now we need some adjustment with the CSS. Okay, I have created the click for the card, so we can see the switch side here. And I have created a variable show back that it will be false, and when you click on there it will switch, so the show back will be the different. And after for the CSS I have created the card front and the card back, so that you can see here, and also the flip card, it will be the rotate here. So this is just a transform, so when you click you have that. The problem that we have is that actually it will not flip all the cards, so I will just adjust that. Also I have put the class flip card directly on the card inner. Okay, to fix the issue I just create the card full on the top, and after it will contain the card. So I move the card from the place here, and after I just adjust to have the white and the 8 on the top, so it will be here. So now it will be correct. What we can do also when you are clicking, the card must be with a pointer, so we can see directly that it will be accessible to flipping, as you can see here. This is really good. So you can see better what we have seen here for the flip. Now we will see the drag and drop. Okay, I have just adjustment to do for before to do the drag and drop. So you can flip the card, but there was a structure to do before. So you have the card full, the card inner, as you can see. And inside the card inner you have the card front and the card back. So with the card front and the card back you have this style. For the card back you have the background the color black change, so I changed that. I just push the margin left to 8, and to the card parent, so it will the card full you have only the weight and the height and the margin. So don't put the margin below because it will give effect on the animation. When you click there, after you need also some parameter here for the car front, for car back, to be hidden visibility. And also you have the card inner with the transform file, with the preserve 3D and the transition. The main things to do the flip is to have the class on the flip card with the variable, and the flip card, it will be just rotate on the y-axis with 180 degrees. And you have the same for the flip card here. So it will be exactly the opposite when you click again. Okay, seems good. After we can start with the drag and drop. Okay, we can continue. We are almost at the end of the tutorial, so the drag and drop will be not so complicated because we are using the HTML5. So how I do that? We have the card and we have the destination. On the card, I will just place the instruction draggable equal true, and after we have the drag start with the drag $even, and we must put an ID on the element that we are taking. After in the TypeScript, I have the event drag, and I use the data transfer set data, and I put that to the text. I have the object himself from Angular, and I will do a JSON stringify of this object. Okay, and for the receive object here, we have an ID of destination. You can put drop with the drop $event, and the drag over allow drop $event. After, when you have that, with the drop, we just prevent default, so we cancel the default behavior, and we just do the reverse operation for the JSON. So we have the JSON stringify to put the object to a text, and after, when we have this string, we just pass again to a JSON with the JSON parse. And after, when it will be an object, so it's the reason I put that to any, we can put the console log there, and we can display the text. So after, I do just some basic thing just to display the property. So how is it work? So now we have a black box, so we can put like the destination, and we can take, for example, this card. We drag and drop here, we release, and after we can see we have choose the card 4 and the color red. As you can see, we have the string that it will be converted to an object here, and we have the source, it's the source card. We can do exactly the same for another card. We can take this one. If I release, I have the 2 and the color red. So now you can of course change that to display another object of the same card with some other properties. But it will be just to show you the basic concept with the drag and drop. So the instructions are really not so complicated. After, you must just practice them to put them correctly. You will retrieve this code on the Stack Blitz, and you can also inspect the code here and you can change it. This is a really basic example, but it's just to better understand the drag and drop in HTML5 and also with Angular. So we are reusing the both in the same way. So as you can see, you have always the source and the destination. You do the draggable, and after, when you release the drag, you can intercept the event and to see if it's fitting with the destination. So this is the goal. So you can see the code there, and I'll let you to inspect by yourself. So thank you to follow me, and I wish you a good day or a pleasant night. Thank you, and see you. Bye.